It was the summer of 1995. I was 7 years old, and my mom decided to take my sister and I and our group of friends to a bonfire over at Herring Cove Beach. Now, we went, of course, and we got there after walking all the length of the beach. The shoreline was dotted by dozens and dozens of little orange blurbs which grew in size as we approached. And immediately my mom said, "All right, kids, now, listen for the drumming." "Mom, whose fire was it?" And all I heard was thump, 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 thump. On the same sand that Billie Holiday once sang a strange tune called Strange Fruit to a captive audience which knew all too well about the civil rights struggles. Thump, thump, thump. "You know, Bran, I'm not too sure whose fire it is. I mean, Kath invited me, and I figured, why not take the kids? It'd be fun, right?" And the distant sound of thump, 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 thump. On the same sand that Marlon Brando clawed through while screaming, "Stella, Stella, Stella!" while auditioning for Tennessee Williams and his new play, A Streetcar Named Desire. Thump, 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 thump. On the same sand that Eugene O'Neill was once arrested on for suspicion of being a German spy communicating with enemy German U-boats, when in fact, he was just toting his typewriter. Thump, 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 thump. On the same sand that Mary Heaton Vorse, the great 20th century chronicler of life in Provincetown, purchased a dilapidated pier with a fish house over the water, where they built a theater, making Provincetown the birthplace of modern American theater. Thump, 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 thump. We arrived to the open arms of friends, smiles everywhere. The surrounding area was dotted by dozens and dozens of colorful ribbons blowing wildly in the wind. And the dancing and the chanting picked up in pace and picked up in pace. The next thing you know, there were molecules just floating all around us. All of those great artists, those amazing giants just floating everywhere, and the molecules of amateurs. And then there were tits and boobs and tits and breasts everywhere, and boobs and chanting and singing and boobs and boobs and boobs and singing. We starved, look at one another, short of breath, walking proudly in our winter coats, wearing smells from laboratories, facing a dying nation of moving paper fantasies, listening for the new toy lies, with supreme visions of lonely tunes, singing our space songs on a spider web sitar. Life is around you and in you. Answer for Timothy Leary, dearie. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. The cool sea breezes picked up, and I could hear the hushed whisper of silk and cotton ribbons brushing up against each other. There was every color you could imagine. Orange, blue, green, purple, red. Entranced by their dance and their hushed whisper, the curious 7-year-old in me walked over to them. As I approached, this sound of drumming and singing, now a background sound, I noticed that all of them had writing on them. So I picked up a green one. Jeffrey, you will forever be missed. You are mine eternally, Johnny. And an orange one. Eric, you are my brother. I will love you forever and ever. Love, Carl. And a fuchsia one. Pedro, we miss you every day, but we see you in the sunsets. Love, Brian and Elizabeth. And a red one. Queen, those Dorothy slippers look damn good on my feet. They shimmer and shine just like you always did. You're free. I'll be seeing you. Love, Claiborne. And at that age, I really didn't know what I was looking at. But then as I got older, I realized that it was Provincetown's own version of the AIDS memorial quilt, the ribbons of life. And it got me thinking about my time in Provincetown, growing up here and seeing the thousands and thousands of gay men, no, millions of gay men out on Commercial Street before I even knew what sexual identity was. And it made me wonder about who survived, who made it. It also made me wonder about the people who did make it and lost so many of their friends and loved ones. But I still see the hand-holding and the kissing and the smiling and the dresses and the heels and the Cher wigs and the Streisand wigs and the Liza wigs and the what the fuck is that wig? A never-ending parade of freedom. And that's what all of them came here to experience. True freedom. You know, in the 1800s, Thoreau finally arrived to Provincetown after his long journey along the Cape seaside. And not knowing what to expect like so many others who've come here before him, he aptly stated that Provincetown is a place where a man may stand there and put the rest of America behind him. Yeah, that's still true. Yesterday, a child came out to wander. He caught a dragonfly inside a jar. Fearful when the sky was full of thunder, and tearful at the falling of the stars. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. Then the child moved 10 times round the seasons. He skated over 10 clear frozen streams. Words like, when you're older, must appease him, and promises of someday make his dreams. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. 16 springs and 16 summers gone now. Cartwheels turn to car wheels through the town. And they tell him, take your time, it won't be long now, till you drag your feet to slow the circles down. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. So the years spin by, and now the boy is 20. Though his dreams have lost some grandeur coming true, there'll be new dreams, maybe better dreams, and plenty before revolving year is through. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. And go round and round and round in the circle